And if there is instability, you are likely to be affected by it more than any other person too. You are the ones that have something at stake that you can lose when there is crisis. I'm calling you to address you based on the issues that are currently going on. That is the plan by some people to embark on indefinite strike. I want to say that the idea is ill-informed, more especially in Zamfara state. We are suffering from bandit attacks in the villages. So if the cities that remain now are short, that means the whole society is short. I want to let you know that most of the people that are calling for this protest are criminals, bandits, illegal miners, armed robbers, and unemployed youths who want to seize the opportunity to break people's shops and carry their property. So, in essence, if we join this strike in Zamfara state, we are worsening the situation. What we need now in Zamfara is synergy between the armed forces, the civil populace, to see how we can restore normalcy, not anything that will aggravate the situation. If you are a Muslim, you know, and in the Bible also it is there. In the Holy Quran, God said, Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, adi'u Allah wa adi'u Rasul wa ulil amri minkum. Fa in tanazatun fi shay'in faradduhu ila Allah wa rasulihi. In kuntum tu'minuna billahi wa yawmil akhir, zalika khairun wa ahsanu ta'wila. Leadership comes from God. That's what the Quran is saying. And it is mandatory for us to obey God and obey our leaders. If you do anything that affects government, probably if you don't understand what is the meaning of government, government means the people, not anybody else. So if you are planning anything against government, you are planning something big against the entire society. Because the government is constituted by the people, and it is the populace that elected the government to be what it is. We have to obey our leaders. It's a call by God Almighty. If there is anything we can do to them, is to advise them where they go wrong. We advise them to change the way they do things. And more so, let me be very frank with you. The issue of hunger in this country is not caused by government. Last year, bandits all over northern Nigeria refused to allow 85% of our farmers access to their farms. So tell me how food will be available when farmers did not go to produce it. This year, the same 87% of the farmers are now back to their farms. Bandits in so many places are repentant. Some of them have been killed. Some of them are looking for ways to surrender. So there is serious improvement in the security system towards achieving absolute peace in the society. If last year 85% of the farmers cannot have access to their farms, and this year about 87% of the people are back to their farms, means there is progress. And there will be food available in this country this season. By special grace of God, in the next 40 to 45 days, you will see new crops inside the market in Zamfara state. Inshallah. So if that is the case, we don't have any reason whatsoever to go and start carrying placards against government. It's not government that caused the problem. We all here knows where the problem lies. The banditry in the bush. And as far as the banditry issue is concerned, government is trying its best. More equipments are coming, more troops are coming in. And security agencies are more determined than ever to fight this scourge and bring it to its knees. So that's why I invite you this morning, gentlemen. The protest will do nobody any good. Rather, some of you that are marketers, some people are looking for your shops to break. By the time these evil forces divide ourselves, they are in the bush, illegal miners are there, mining your solid minerals, selling them, bringing arms to fight you. Then you have closed shops here. We people will concentrate only in one particular place. We cannot be everywhere at a particular time. And that is what the evildoers want, to disorganize the system to achieve what they want. Here in the city, people are there breaking your shops, attacking you in your mosque, attacking you in your church, disorganizing everything, and in the bush they are there stealing your property. Then what is the benefit of doing this thing? What is the benefit? So I call on you because I believe you are stakeholders on security, and you will always like to see absolute peace in the Zamfara state. That's why I call on you this morning to seek for your assistance and talk to your subjects, not to allow themselves to be used by miscreants. Honestly speaking, if we go on this strike, a lot of people will lose billions. And that's what they want. Those who organize NSAS are still part of the people that are trying to organize this protest against the federal government. They will be joined by other forces. Militants will join, Boko Haram will join, ISIS will seize opportunity to come in and dislocate the system. So please, let nobody join this strike. We should continue to pray for good, and good things are happening. There will be good harvest this year. I am assuring you that bandits are still surrendering. And some of them, there are certain things that are going in some quarters for them to surrender. And they will definitely surrender. We are getting out of this quagmire. Make no mistake about it. So please, don't go and join the strike. The strike only means calamity for the nation. By the time armed gangs, which you know are very available everywhere, join this protest, there will be total state of anarchy. That's why I called you this morning to solicit for your assistance so that we obtain peace in our society. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Kamar yadda mai girma mai gidanmu ya faɗa, babanmu tun ranar da ba a ma gama rantsuwa ba, Najeriya, idan kana sayan omo na wakila na naira 100 yana isa, yau na naira 1000 baya. Idan kana shiga mota daga nan zuwa Sokoto, naira 1000 zuwa Sokoto, yau 5000 ake zuwa Sokoto. Idan za ka je Kaduna, da 4000 ake zuwa, yau 10,000 ake zuwa, saboda mai ya karu, kudin wuta sun karu, kudin mai ya karu, kudin shigowa ga al'umma ya rabu, albashin ma'aikata ya rabu. Mutanen nan sun yi rubuce sun rubuta a matsayin na a hukumance, gwamnati a hukumance, ita wani effort ta yi na ta yi kushonin din wannan abu. Mutanen nan da suke rubuta sanannu ne, 'yan kasa ne, sun rubuta sun gaya ma gwamnati, sun ba da tag daga rana kaza zamu. What is the effort being made by the government to ensure waɗannan disagreed people were called upon to address this issue amicably? Because ita hukumar tsaro akwai ta kayan ciki, akwai ta kuma duk binciken da ya kamata su yi sun sani, su ya kamata su fito su san da za a kai shi. Gwamnati ce, mutane na yi ta zo ta zauna da mutane, ta yi musu abin da ya kamata. Yau akwai mutane da yawa nan ba su iya biyan kuɗin wuta, akwai mutane da yawa nan ga ko mutuwa an kai mashi bai ta ya saboda tsadar rayuwa. akwai leverage, akwai subsidy, akwai komai da ake. Gwamnati ta yi alƙawarin cewa za ta kawo motocin da ba sai an yi amfani da fetur, LNG, babu su da sauransu. Mai girma kwamishina, wani assurance za ka ba mutane nan wurin cewa gwamnati a wannan haka take, kuma mutanen nan sun ci a bisa dokar ƙasa suke shi, kuma constitution ya yarda da wannan abu, kuma duka wannan nan da duka basically we're based on the constitution. This is my submission.
For you to categorize all these people that are calling for protest as bandit, as criminal, it is not so, because I have seen them, I know some of them. Because they were in labor, we tell them it's not an issue that has relation with labor. Somebody that brought himself to tell you this thing, and somebody that wants to go for a protest and tell you period to the time, what does he mean? For you to invite him. And we need to tell ourselves the real truth, that no Nigerian will say he is in good condition. Nobody in Nigeria. And for somebody that was found wanting or another and to keep quiet, he's irresponsible. Said by Imam Maliki. When the do and we didn't feel our people of the nation are jacket, we didn't feel for worse. We need to tell ourselves the truth. The way we are telling you people, if you are telling the government like that, it would have not been like this. And sometimes what brought all this issue? Corruption. Corruption. Because for today, if you go to the court, if you have money and people, you get what you want, whether right or wrong. And for today, you can kill somebody and go and sleep in a house because of the type of leaders and the type of fake law we have in the nation. We need to tell ourselves the truth. They are offensive from the government. If today, Tinubu would give you a promise, assume it's lie. If today, Tinubu will go and sign something that is contrary to the feeling of the people of the nation, the true religion, and no any elder that stood up to tell him the truth. We need to be realistic. We are human. We are not unhuman. And we are treated as human. Please, something needs to be done, and understand these people, they are not criminal. They brought themselves. They know their address. They know their occupations. The good is, Labour has not accepted. I would have tell you, I'm sorry, we'll just walk out. But Labour has, and nobody will be happy with misbalancing of insecurity. But it was planned. It was planned. And as you were saying, 75% of farming has gone back. Sir, 87. Sir, they give you wrong information. And everybody here, when you said it, they look at you. But you know the truth is bitter. And it's said by Prophet Muhammad, well, we should say it out. I'm telling you, honestly speaking, they give you wrong information. Because I'm a farmer. I have a farms that I'm not able to reach now. So how will you tell me that 80% is? Maybe if I have 3, I'm able to farm 2. So I would say yes, it's 80%. But it's nil. Within even 30% we don't have. Honestly speaking, here in Zamfara. Here in Zamfara.
Yeah, I will speak, let me say, from the mouthpiece of the students. So, because there are some circumstances, or let me say, some challenges facing by our students. Number one, increasement of school fees. Meanwhile, the federal government, or likewise the state government, they are saying that they are not increasing school fees. But why the institutions are increasing the school fees without even intervention of the government? Even when we are talking about the increasement of the school fees, it's more than 17%. Who are paying 36,000 naira before are now paying 80-something thousand naira now. Some of us paying 40-something thousand naira before, they are paying 120-something thousand naira now, which is, we know the situation of the country. Number two, the issue of hunger. The hunger is too much for our students. more than 80% of our students schooling in this Zamfara state here, they depend on themselves. They are not on scholarship. So most of them, some people are dropping out. From the findings, we do some investigation based on the students that are dropping out from the schools. 90% are not going back home. Definitely, they are subjecting them to criminal activities. Thank you, sir.
So what do you think that the government should do to address this? Are you still proceeding with the protest?
No, we as a leader, we are not. We don't encourage the protest initially. Since the first day we saw that circulars about our protest, we begin consulting our people that we are not supporting the protest because of what? No country, no African country can accommodate Nigeria or can receive Nigeria as refugees. So, some of the people fronting that protest, some of them have dual citizens. If Nigeria is scattered today or Dabaru today, then they will go back to where they are practicing their dual citizen. So we don't support that in that movement of that protest.
What do you want government to do to address the issue?
Yeah, we are just pleading to the government to look towards that, most especially that fuel subsidy. Because they removed that fuel subsidy. Likewise, we will support removing that fuel subsidy. But one will get to know that this is just a form of capitalist, which is the richer will continue to be rich, while the poor will continue to be poor. And with that, definitely the gap will be there. And if there is a gap, definitely there is every tendency for a crisis to occur. And again, for that issue of that school loan, the student loan that they are talking about, when students are collecting loan without having any source of income to refund that loan back, what is going to be the major? Because we the national body here in Zamfara Axis, we are not supporting that loan. The government should come back with that subsidy. Likewise, the fuel subsidy, they should come back with that, which is, we believe that if they return those subsidies back, things will go smoothly.
The way the situation that students are in now currently, after removal of subsidy, students that used to pay maybe 40,000 naira or 50,000 naira as school fees, the school increases to 150, 100 something, 80 something. And majority of our students, they depend on themselves. Because some, they used to use the weekenders to go, someone is a shoemaker, someone is tailoring, he will go back to town and do something to get money to take his own responsibility. But now, even during the weekends, they may go back to town, but they never get job because people are suffering to get something to eat, not to buy new shoes, not to wear new clothes. And the government said that it is going to give us loan. And when? Up to now, they never started giving it. Though even if they give us, students may graduate and they never get job. So how are they going to pay that loan back? And majority of our leaders, during their time, it is government that take their own responsibility. The government give them scholarship, give them food in school, and anything. They did their own study free of charge. But now, why they are telling us to give us loan, while we're supposed to have good access to education, the education is supposed to be free. And now a lot of students, they left school. There is a lot of school drop out. If you went to a lot of institutions, we will find a department that there is no student there. You will find a department that the whole department, the number of students, it's not about 200 students. So if there is a lot of students that are not going to school, you will see a lot of youth that engage in them in criminals, insecurity, informant. So we are begging the government to consider the education. Education is a big priority that will bring peace and development in our country. And even the food that students used to eat now, before, students may take 20 naira and buy gadi, 20 naira and buy sugar. Now, how much the gongon of gadi? There are some students that even if they get small gadi, they don't have sugar to eat that gadi. Some students, they doesn't have even that gadi. So how are they going to study? Now, even printing of one paper, it is 100 naira. Printing, maybe if you have an assignment or presentation that you have to print maybe 5 papers, you're supposed to pay 500 naira for that thing. To how they are expecting students to go to school now. And majority of our students, especially in Zamfara State, they depend on themselves, not their parents, because a lot of them are orphans myself. And even if your parents are giving you now, maybe the salary or his income is not enough for him to buy food and take care of your younger ones in home, how can he assist you in school? So that is why I'm calling the government to assist the student on that issue.